What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for another BFR. Got 4 consecutive ones to do here. We'll start with Game 67 versus the Minnesota Wild, a 6:30 game on March 17th, nationally televised on TNT. Score ends up being 4-3 for Minnesota as the Hawks pick up a point. The Hawks dropped to 25, 30, and 12. Shots were 37-26 Minnesota. Hits were 23-9 Minnesota. Faceoffs 28-20 Minnesota. Power play, Chicago goes 0 for 2 while Minnesota goes 1 for 1. Boyver signed with the Hawks at that point, so that was the big news. Still working on visa, but I think he's been through now as of now. And then Foligno was returning to Chicago was the other big thing. Of course, Nick Foligno didn't spend a long time here, but we still the captain after Tays, and that's still a big thing to follow up. That was, I believe, Knight then that saved 36, or no, not 36. Saved, my brain is not calculating right now, 33 out of 37, while Gustafsson would have saved 23 out of 26. I didn't write the goaltenders down for whatever reason that night. I'm not sure why. First period, 13:43. It's a Minnesota goal to Ryan Hartman, his 16th of the season from Kaprizov and Faber to make it 1-0. Minute and a half just about later, they score again, and it's Marcus Johansson, 14th of the season from McCarron and Brodin to make it 2-0. Hawks respond at 9:13 with Louis Crevier getting a blast, like 102 miles an hour, I think it was. 5th of the season from Nazar and Kaiser to make it 2-1. 6:50, it's a Minnesota penalty to Urov for high sticking, which is killed. 3:19, it's a Chicago penalty to Mangiapane for cross-checking. And then at 1:30, Minnesota scores. It's Vladimir Tarasenko on the power play, 19th of the season from Johansson and Faber. It's a 3-1 game for Minnesota. Second period at 19:37, it's a Minnesota penalty to Nick Foligno for slashing. Weird to say that. That's killed off. 5:25, the Hawks get a stuff-in goal, however, to bring it within 1. Ryan Green gets his 9th of the season from Bedard and Crevier to make it 3-2. 1:40, Chicago ties it, and it's Frank Nazar, but the Bedard and Nazar had it 2-on-1 going. Nazar ends up being the one to put it away. 11th of the season from Bedard and Levshinov. And then in overtime, Hawks tie it. They got all the momentum, but then you remember it's the Blackhawks right now. 1:41 into overtime, it's a Minnesota goal to Matt Zuccarello. 13th of the season from Johansson and Faber to make it 4-3. So at 141 remaining in overtime, that's the Wild getting the win there. Anyway, guys, that's going to be all I have for you guys on this one. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.